What is going on, everybody? Princess Matty here, and I haven't done a Call of Duty video commentary in a long fucking time. It's been a while. I've got a lot of old, like, commentary, like, gameplay that's very good and from, like, old COD games when I actually played Call of Duty. Um, and I feel like I need to make some commentaries, and I've been wanting to make a video on this for a long time to just talk about it because it's like literally one of my biggest like core pillars of fundamental game design that I have, and that is revolving around side quests and side content in video games. How side quests should always be optional in every way. My my feeling on the matter is that side quests, anything that's side content related, should always be optional, and the main game should always be able to be completed in every single case comfortably without having to do any side content. And side content should enhance the main game, not be required or even encouraged to complete the main game. Encouraged is the wrong word. I think that side quests should be encouraged, but not, you know, the core pillar of the game should be revolving around side quests. I feel like making them optional respects player choice, and it allows the player to engage in the content that they actually want to engage with. If you're a player like me, the way I play video games is like this. The first time I play through the game, I want to mainline the game as fast as possible. That's what I want to do. As a player, I should be allowed to do that. I should be allowed to have the freedom, if there is a side quest in the game, to say, I'm ignoring that my first playthrough. The way I play the game is I mainline the main story as fast as possible to get through the game. And then, if I think the game is good enough for a second playthrough, if I enjoy the game enough for a second or third or fourth playthrough, that is when I go back and I explore the world more, do more side quests, do open world activities. I do that kind of stuff. That's how I play games. And I understand that not everybody plays the games that way. A lot of people want to do side quests. That's great, that's fine. But having side quests be optional allows for player choice, and that both people can be happy with the game in both ways. You can play the game, mainlining the story, and complete the game completely, and if you want to go back and do the side content later, you can. You don't have to. If you're the kind of player that likes to do everything, wants to do all the side quests, all the open world shit, all that on any playthrough, you can do that too. Great. If they're optional, it allows the player to engage with the content they want to engage with. And that's great. I think that's fantastic. Um, it also reduces a lot of frustration. It lets players go at their own pace. Like I said, if you're the kind of player that wants to spend 40, 50, 60 hours in a game exploring every little nook and cranny and being, curious and figuring out everything, that's cool. But I'm not that kind of player. A lot of people aren't that kind of player. And those kind of players should be respected in a game like that and be able to just do the main story if there is a main story. Um, the most egregious form of side quests that I hate the most are ones that are used as a means of padding length in games. Um, games that are like not very long by themselves, and side quests being required to complete the game pads out the game's length by like 10 hours. Is the most infuriating thing in the history of time because it's content that you otherwise wouldn't be playing for the sake of giving you more of the game. And that kind of stuff is annoying. Um, Side quests generally, like in games, have like two paths. You've either got the XP path, much like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, for example, is a great example of a side quest that almost a game that almost exclusively has side quests that are entirely built around XP farming and XP gains, and you have story devices. Like examples are like GTA 5. There's no XP in GTA 5. The side quests, the strangers and freaks is what they're called in that game, um, are just there to enhance your experience and give you a better understanding of the world of Los Santos. And it's meant as a story-driven perspective, and both of those are great. Um, Story device side quests are much better than XP side quests because story device side quests generally are not put in the game as a means for you to progress. The biggest problem I have is with XP side quests being put into games specifically for the purpose of ensuring that you have to complete them to be of level for the main quest. And the perfect example I think about this is Borderlands. Borderlands is not scaled very well in my opinion at all. If you've ever played any of the Borderlands games and you don't do the side quests, you are going to be under leveled for the whole game, and it's an infuriating experience for players like me who just want to mainline the main story. Um, and it's why a lot of people don't like Borderlands because they feel under leveled and they die a lot, and then they get frustrated and they put the game down. If you want people to stay in your game, you probably should have your XP leveling be based around only the main story. XP side quests should only give you the option, the option. They should only give you the tools to over level something. Games like Borderlands that have EXP should be scaled for the main quest. And then side quests are there for you to be able to enhance your character or make your character stronger or over level something or get better loot than you otherwise would be able to get. That is what XP side quests should be there for the player who wants to go the extra mile and get a cool story in addition to what they're doing. Should not be something that you're required to do in order to comfortably complete the game. It should be something that you do to enhance your gaming experience, and it should be the player's choice whether they want to engage with that or not. Interesting side quests are welcome, but they should never be required uh, to complete the main game. Um, games games that I've thought of that do side quests well as examples are like Red Dead Redemption 2. You can complete all of Red Dead Redemption 2 without doing a single side quest, a single stranger mission, anything. You can complete the whole game. And if that's what you want to do, awesome. There's a lot of cool stuff in Red Dead Redemption 2. There's hunting, there's fishing, there's stranger missions, there's people you can help on the side of the road. There's there's like random encounters. There's so much stuff in Red Dead Redemption 2, but none of it is required. All of it is optional, and I think that is awesome game design. It's the same way with Mass Effect. Mass Effect 3 in particular, I think, is one of the best examples of optional side quests that directly relate to the main story. You have that war asset system in Mass Effect 3, right? That the more side quests you do, the more war assets you get, and if you want to get the best ending, you have to do all the side quests, which technically makes them unoptional, but it enhances the gameplay experience because the more you help the galactic community, the better ending you're gonna get. The more side quests you do, the better off you're gonna be. It's the same with Mass Effect 2. You don't want to farm the planets, you don't have to, but your crew might die. Like, there's trade-offs. Like I said earlier, GTA 5 has got great Strangers and Freaks missions that are not required at all in any way. The older AC games even had really good side quests that, not required. The AC4 has got plenty of stuff that you don't have to do. Even upgrading your Jackdaw in AC4, not required. Helpful, but not required. Witcher 3 I know has got great side quests with frying pans and things. Um, And those are games that do side quests well, as opposed to games that do side quests very poorly, in my opinion. AC Odyssey is the worst example of this. Origins to a lesser extent, but Odyssey is just an XP. It's an XP level gate. Um, all of the side quests are fetch quests that require you to do unholy amounts of XP to progress the main game. Otherwise, you won't be able to complete it, and it is a frustrating experience. It's so bad that in order to do my playthrough on the channel of AC Odyssey, I downloaded a mod just so that I could get like 1,000% extra XP on kills and just streamline the experience for me because I just didn't want to do the grindy side missions. Um, I just recently played Red Dead Redemption 1 Undead Nightmare, and that game, I don't think I've ever been so frustrated at a video game in my life because it was such a good DLC, but the game forces you to do these side quests in order to even unlock the option to do the main quest. Um, and it's like 8 hours of padding, and it's garbage, and it's terrible, and it's not fun. Um, but like I said earlier, Borderlands is just scaled horribly. It's terrible. Borderlands um, is not scaled just specifically for the main quest in mind, and you know, all of these things just make these games like if you want people to play your game more, side quests should always be optional because like for me, like if I didn't do the YouTube thing and I just wanted to play the video game, I would get very frustrated very quickly and just put the video game down. It's ironic that like the goal of adding all these side quests that are required adds playtime, but in fact it removes playtime because people put the game down. At least I put the game down. I did that with BioShock. Um, BioShock is a little bit different because it's not necessarily with like quests, but like ammo. Ammo in BioShock is impossible to come by, and the game pushes you towards using certain guns because it doesn't give you ammo for other guns. And if you have a certain playstyle that you want to play with, too bad. You have to use what the developers want you to use. And it just made me put the game down because I just didn't want to engage with it. I just didn't want to play it. Um, it's that kind of stuff that that just gets to me. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I let me know in the comments what you think about side quests. Should they be optional? Should they be required? Am I crazy? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video there though. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you did. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
UAV incoming. UAV inbound.
Concussion out! Gotta come on. Let's go, let's go!
We're losing this fight.
Going hot! Move it! Enemy down.
We've taken the advantage. UAV on standby. Friendly UAV inbound. Objective parameters obtained. Well done.